my why, I think, like at the root was to be there for my family in the long term. So looking down the line, being able to be healthy and be essentially alive, 20 years from now, right? And be there for my family. That's why. I mean, I could tell you um, what kind of made me kind of wake up, have that reaction to do it, which was Melissa's health problems she had. So that made me realize that shit happens. Sorry. And I took it as we weren't sure what was going to happen with her, and even now, right? Because cancer is it's a lifetime thing now. So I wanted to at least guarantee that one of us was there for our family for the next 20 years. I figured. So that's it. Not during that time. In the past, I had just other gyms, other like bigger chains like Planet Fitness, Bally's when it was around, and so on. But I was in a place in my life where I wasn't the same person who can just get up and go and just go work out and had that discipline. Like I needed someone to help me figure out what I needed to do on a daily basis for working out. So. Just having someone there to walk me through all the steps is what I needed, versus me going on my own to the gym. So I think also knowing that there was other members at the gym that I was going to get to know and interact with, I knew that was going to help me because I thrive of just being around other people and kind of competing a little bit sometimes and having fun. I mean, just being inactive, not doing any type of exercise. But I think well, I'll take a step back. I knew that my health was not in the right place, right? So, and I knew by not changing my daily activity that I was not going to make a difference. Back then, I didn't know that how much food had to do with it. I had an idea, but I didn't know how much it had to do with it. So for me, going working out, being active, I knew that was the answer, because my blood pressure was high, cholesterol was high, my stress was high, physically from stress. I woke up with headaches every day, almost every day, like 6 out of 7 days a week. So I knew that I had to do something, and knowing what I knew from before, that working out reduces my stress. When I was in my 20s, 20 years ago, I figured it was probably still true. That's a tough question to answer because there was many small moments where I felt this was the right decision. The minute when I increased in, let's say, lifting weight, when my cardio was 10%, 20% better, I figured I'm on the right path. So I had many of those moments. I measured those based off of performance at the gym, what I can do physically. I think the moment when I said, okay, this journey, like I'm in a place where I can say that it was, that this was worth it. All the struggle was when my blood pressure was the lowest that it's been since my early 20s. That was a moment that I think I said, okay, this was the best decision I could have made. But again, before that, there was lots of other smaller moments that were tied back to performance and how I felt, running, weightlifting, and just different things. Be transparent. On my previous employer, there was about 3 of my peers that had strokes, and the common denominator was the high blood pressure. So, and of course, and I started doing research, and that's one of the side effects of high blood pressure. So that's why I think I got scared into, okay, I have to do something. So that's why the blood pressure was such a big factor. so I saw the progress, and the blood pressure, started coming down, but it wasn't where it needed to be. Like, I mean, if I recall correctly, it had gone down about 20 to 30, basis points, give or take. But I still, even though the headaches had gone away, I still felt, the stress at a higher level. So, and part of what I do when I stress eat, right? My stress, I kind of tied everything back to that job. And when I realized that I couldn't make any changes at work that would lower the stress, I did say I'm investing so much time, on my off time at the gym, trying to work out, trying to get better, feel better. And I felt that my job was holding me back because of those reasons. And I was putting too much effort to kind of let it go to waste, which it wasn't going to waste, but I wasn't seeing the improvements in my overall health that I should have seen based off of what I was doing here. So, and that's when I realized that it's, I had to change employer or job, just overall. My sleep was better because like my stress level started to subside a little bit, and my headaches went away, so I was able to sleep a little better, I think. It didn't improve 100%, but I was in a better place where I woke up not as tired. I think my mood changed quite a bit, just because again, the stress level was reduced, so I was able, and just having fun at the gym, working out, meeting some of my smaller goals that I had initially, that changed my mood. I was a happier person, I think. Ask me and family, and I let them know what we're paying. Even when we look at it, sometimes we go, how much are we spending a year on this? And we go, oh wow, okay. But the return and investment is there. And I think for me, I came a year before I started. Right? COVID hit, so I kind of put the brakes on this and on this expense. But when I came back, and even when we spoke the first time, there was you weren't pushing me to join. We were just having a conversation, right? I don't recall you ever asking me, so are you going to join, right? That conversation ended. I walked away, and that was it. And I think a lot of people, especially myself, like I'm always on the defensive, whether it's buying a car, joining Planet Fitness, anything like that, right? It's like I'm waiting for that little push, and lots of times people, it's a business, and they want to make money, they have quotas to meet and so on, and I know that we want to increase our members, but it felt to me that you are truly doing this to help people. It is your business, it is your livelihood, but you're here to help people. And that to me made a difference. Okay, don't cry. It made a difference. That's what got me to spend, what I paid for this. That's what got me to push Melissa to join, right? And even my daughters, right? So, but knowing that you cared more about, the people that were coming to see you versus gaining another member, that made a huge difference for me. Okay? The fact that you remembered 3 or 4 facts about me when I came back, when you saw me. It was almost to the year that I came back, so that's pretty good. I wouldn't. I don't think that, there's no, I'm sure there's a number up there somewhere high, but I wouldn't do it.
For $1 billion? Take away all your health?
Take away all my I've gained?
Yes.
If it was somebody else, I would do it for $1,000. But because you invested that time in myself, my wife, my daughters, even Caitlin, right? So just out of my I just wouldn't do it because I appreciate the help that I've received here at this gym, so I wouldn't do it. Someone's gonna call bullshit, but no, I wouldn't do it. It's a great community to be a part of because everyone is here for different reasons, but we're here at the end for the same reason, just for better health, right? People's journeys are different, but everyone is here for the same goal, and everyone inspires everyone else. And I think it's a big support. It's such a big support to be here. On the days that I don't want to be here, whether it's Gail, whether it's Jesse, whether it's Peter, Larry, or the coaches, right? It just pushed me. So I think having that community behind you. My wife and I, Melissa, had this conversation, or have had this conversation a few times, and it's not just at the gym, like the community that we create, but it's some of the friendships because we have that same connection to the gym that we've gained. I would probably focus more on my eating habits and less on trying to hit my personal goals for whether it was heavier lifting or running faster or climbing a rope. I would have focused more on my eating habits because that made the biggest difference. First I would say listen to Ryan because you've been preaching the diet since day one, or not the diet but the eating better. Well, what I tell myself is leave your ego at the door. Okay, you're not competing against anyone, all right? You're not trying to break any records. You're not trying to go back to how you lifted or ran in your 20s or even 30s, right? Leave that out the door. Like, you're here to feel better, and eating right is 90% of it probably. If you eat right, the rest, the being able to run longer, faster, being able to lift heavier, all that stuff will come after. So definitely eating habits, and I think the second one too would be focusing on the movements more than the weight. So first year, the first 8 months, whatever, I don't know what it was, I focused on just trying to go heavier. So I'm looking at my numbers on my app, and I have numbers that, for example, snatch, I hit 155 one time when I first started. I'm pretty sure it was crap, right? The movement. So now I'm focusing more, and last year into this year, more about the movements. So I would have definitely spent more time focusing on movements and not on trying to ego lift. She saw the improvements in me and my health, right? But I think for us personally, the moment was when we had a conversation that that for her illness, that's a lifetime thing, and we don't know when it's coming back. So I believed, and I told her I believed that being healthier, wouldn't hurt us; it would help us. So for her to be healthier, and I think when we had that conversation that we needed her to be better, health-wise, physically. So if it did come back, she would have a better chance. I think that was one moment. I think the second moment was when her coming in, and I think talking to you a little bit about it. It was a 5-minute conversation, but I think getting to know you for those 5 minutes, you probably saw what I've been telling her about the gym, right? Sorry, I keep tooting your own horn here, but that's a big part of it because she met you, she saw you, she spoke to you, and she understood what I was telling her about the gym, yourself, what the gym stands for, and what the ultimate goal is of the gym is just to make its members healthier. So those two moments, I think, are the ones that helped her decide. And once she was here, she did it for a week, she met some new people, she enjoyed it. Yeah, and people were engaging and they were talking to her, helping her, and not just the coaches but just other members. So it made her feel a lot more comfortable being here. Well, I've had coaches. I did something similar to CrossFit. I realize now that wasn't CrossFit. It was more like a boot camp. But similar movements. But what I expected was to come in and have someone tell me what to do and how to do the movements. What I didn't expect for coaches to care about me. I expect them to care about my movements, make sure I'm not getting hurt and I'm following whatever workout we're supposed to do. But that's really what I expected in a coach, and more hands off. Just that's what I expected. But I didn't expect coaches to spend time with me, teach me the movements, but if I had questions, if I couldn't get it, spending more time with me. Even after class, before class, and then generally caring about my life out of the gym. So yeah. I don't know any other way. That's just that is what was instilled in me. So that's the first thing. That's just what I'm supposed to do. And two is I see that my family sees me as that my daughters sees me as daddy who provides, who goes to work and is there, is strong, is healthy, right? That's all they know. So it's important for me to continue to elevate my health so I can continue to be that person, to be there for them. Yeah. Oh, I mean it's simple. Prioritize your health. Sometimes you want to prioritize your wife, your daughters, your family. You want to take care of them first. But you have to realize that you have to take care of yourself. Whether you're the provider, whether you're stay-at-home mom. We all play different roles. Like my wife's a stay-at-home mom, but she needs to be there. She's a provider for us as well, right? In a different way. So I would say take care of your health, because without your health, you're gonna have a darn time trying to be that provider. So. Yeah.